It's a great example of why you've got to look to get him out early. That's why I was a little surprised yesterday. Australia waited until he was on 20 before they brought Nathan Lyon on, after the success he's had against Virat Kohli. You know, sometimes the great players, you just got to stand and applaud, though. So you see Mitchell Starc trying to bring that ball back in. Pujara, soft hands, plays it right underneath his nose. Once again, it's a new day, so Australia's got to look to attack both these batsmen in this first sort of 5-6 overs.
Oh, brilliant delivery. I don't know how he's gotten away with that. And all you can get is a wry smile from the bowler. Did everything right, Mitchell Starc.
Yeah, that shouldn't bother Mitchell Starc or the Australians at all. There's that swing again. Unfortunately, there's the outside edge and goes into the gap. Doesn't go to a fieldsman, but that's what you want from Starc. That's nice out of the hand. Just gets the outside edge of Pujara. If he misses that, he's absolutely plumb. Looking for LBW. Brings up the 100 partnership as well between these two. 214 balls.
A swing again. And a good shot. Mitchell Marsh has been in the thick of the action this morning. A couple of hamstring loosening runs.
Yeah, that's better from Pujara. That's a beautiful shot. Again, Starc going full and straight. Taking a leaf out of Virat Kohli's book. Not trying to go too square. You see batsmen get into trouble when they try and take this ball towards square leg. But Kohli and Pujara hitting it with a full face of the bat. Getting it wide of mid-on. Mitchell Marsh putting in the hard ones, the big fella.
Sometimes as a fielder you wonder, why is he bowling there? Why am I the one who's running around? This one goes the other way. A partnership worth 104. And we mentioned yesterday that when it was on 92, that was the highest for the series. And this should be really, really good for India. Ajinkya Rahane at number 5, and then after him Rohit Sharma back in the team. Rishabh Pant should also find this pitch to his liking because it's not very, very quick. Ravindra Jadeja. So there's some batting to come for India. Nicely driven, but for nothing. 227 for 2.
Hey Rohan.
Hi sir. For me?
By the way, practice पे आना क्यों बंद कर दिया?
क्या फायदा सर? पिछले 2 सीरीज हर मैच 0 पे तो आउट हो रहा हूँ.
लेकिन शुरुआत तो 0 से ही होती है ना?
SF Rush. Keep the rush on.
आपके बच्चे भी forever and ever concepts याद रखेंगे. Just download Byju's, the all-new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning.
नया खुशबूदार लेयर शॉट.
Pat Cummins has been pulling around the mid-130s and just under 140. Michael, is that something of a worry in the morning?
I think he's probably just a little bit stiff and sore from yesterday, but I'm sure Cummins will crank it up. Just a couple of overs to get into it as we have a look at this lineup for India. Still so much batting to come. There you can see he's into his 21st over. He's certainly been the pick of the bowlers. 2 big wickets, 44 runs. I think you're going to see a lot more of Nathan Lyon today. 21 overs, no wicket for 59. Just a bit back of a length, Pat Cummins, which makes it hard for a batsman to score. I think why the ball's new. I'd like to see him go a fraction fuller. Yesterday, this is what he did. He was bowling good pace, 145 Ks. There wasn't much movement when it was full. The Australians went for the bounces. They used that back of the length. And you can see the inconsistency. Some balls taking off, some balls staying low. Makes it hard as a batsman, hard to duck because you're unsure if it's going to get up. So you try and stand and play, and I think that probably caused a few dramas yesterday for the Indian batsmen. Saw one dismissal coming off the glove as well.
And sometimes on a wicket like that, you're actually standing and waiting for the ball to come. You've set yourself up and the ball keeps coming and you're waiting for it. And that makes it a lot more awkward for anybody. And you're wondering why the wicket is slow. Why should it be a problem?
Yeah, it's hard to read the pace when you stand there and you want to play a crossbat shot, a pull shot or a hook shot. Some balls come through faster, some balls don't. So that's generally the hardest time to play the short ball. When you get that extra pace and bounce, all you're looking for is the consistency. So you can duck, sway, get used to it, play the pull, play the hook. But on this surface, it makes it a little bit more difficult because it's so inconsistent from that natural variation off the pitch. That's what you want to do as a batsman. You want to be able to just duck. While the ball's hard, India will be able to do that. Here's the wickets again. That one there, it's the uncertainty in the build-up. A couple of balls before, some were slower, some were quicker. This one hits him really hard, and again, this takes off. Agarwal was brilliant. Wonderful innings, making his debut, but this one off Cummins continues to follow him, and this takes off a little bit. Didn't do much wrong there at all, unfortunately, just clipped the glove.
And also as a batsman, it's tough, isn't it? You're thinking that it's going to be a rip tickler and you start taking your glove towards that area to protect. And then if it leaves you the other way, you end up getting something like that. But yesterday, Cheteshwar Pujara was good. There were quite a few instances where he just left the ball. His hands were on the offside and he just allowed the ball to go past him.
This is Vihari. This is the wicket again. You know, he's trying to duck, trying to get out of the way, but because of the angle from Cummins, it comes back at his head. So naturally you try and protect yourself. Even though you've got a helmet on, you're not going to stand there and let it hit you in the face. So you try and protect yourself with your bat or with your gloves. And unfortunately on this occasion it goes straight up to Aaron Finch. Yeah, it can be quite difficult as a batsman to try and work out, do I duck, do I block, do I play the pull shot? Because of that inconsistent bounce. End of the over, 2-2-7 for 2.
You gotta make it large. When you put your sweating hard on the street, blaze your soul and your body take all the heat. Remember, what do you really want more than everything? Stand out, never be a part of the queue. You wanna make it large, it starts with you.
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
अरे खेल सप्पा करंट बिल जोयू 1100 रुपया लाइट बंद नहीं करता है दिन भर एसी इररिस्पांसिबल फेलो
पापा फोन पे आपसे पेमेंट हो गया कैशबैक भी आ गया अब खेलूं
फोन पे ऐप से पेमेंट करो स्क्रैच करो और कैशबैक जीतो फोन पे
नया खुशबूदार लेयर शॉट
Well, that's the one. There was one which took off yesterday. And Virat Kohli throwing his bat at this wide one.
Yeah, again, this is a good example. A lot of people ask, why does Virat Kohli play this ball? It's not going to hit the stumps. But it's because what Mitchell Starc did the last over. He brought 4 or 5 of his balls back in, so you're thinking it's going to swing as a batsman. So this drags you into making you play. It's nicely bowled from Starc, and that's what he offers you. He was looking to bring it back in, but some balls don't swing. So you get this ball that's looking to come back in, but it doesn't, holds its line, goes away with the angle, drags Virat Kohli into playing away from his body. That hits Tim Payne really hard. That's a nice shot from Kohli. Really good balance, good front foot stride. Doesn't look to overhit it. He'll pick up 3.
And that's why you need to commend him as well. He doesn't get fazed by the previous delivery. You're not thinking, oh, I was beaten, so let me not put my front foot forward and play a shot.
The difference here, look at the press on the front foot, bent front leg. It's only half a drive. It's more of a punch. When you get into trouble off Mitchell Starc, it's when you try and drive that hard for 4. Kohli's just looking to get that in the gap for 2. That's really good batting.
He's taking the ball away. This over is not trying to bring it back in. Could be a setup as well. But this is what happened. We were talking about the Vihari dismissal. Look how short it was. You duck and then it starts following you. Then you fend it off because you're trying to protect your grill or your head. And then this one just takes off. You're thinking it's going to hit your rib. And then the glove comes in, it leaves you, takes the glove. And as a batsman, you're thinking you're hard done by. And you're right, there's nobody who practices the leave outside the leg stump. You're just thinking easy runs here, easy pickings.
Have a look at those numbers at the bottom of the screen. Virat Kohli is captain in Australia. My God, average 85. He knows how to make hundreds, this man, that's for sure. He's been in terrific form, leading from the front with the bat. What you want to do as captain. And this has been a huge series for him as a leader, getting the results for India. Adelaide 3-34, Perth, that wonderful 100, as good a 100 as I've ever seen from Virat Kohli, 123, 17 in the second. He looks set for another one today. So does this man, Pujara. Nothing phases him at all. 215 balls he has faced, solid as a rock. Such a strong foundation for India. Underrated, Pujara, in my mind. Underrated in any test team. If you can have someone like him that can hold up that end, score runs at his own pace, and really set a foundation for your team. Such an asset to any team, Pujara.
Imagine facing 215 deliveries. I'd be tired for the next 6 days. What's the maximum number of deliveries you've faced, Michael, in a test match? Do you remember? Possibly it'll give you an over to think about it. 230 for 2.
India needs a wicket now, don't they?
A slip fielder will help.
Short leg pe kya jayega? Short leg. Short leg. Short leg. See, I told you. I said it.
They can't hear you.
Mr. Shortleg, excuse me. You were right.
Impossible.
Possible hai. The next level app for next level fans. Cricket Next, where fans rule.
Babe, you owe me $240.
फोन पे आपसे पे कर दिया है।
कैशबैक। पैसे बच गए और मैं भी।
फोन पे ऐप से पेमेंट करो, स्क्रैच करो और कैशबैक जीतो फोन पे।
या बेबी। या।
Men will be men. Seagram's Imperial Blue Super Hits music CDs.
Sare lessons bowling is simple for your child. Just download Byju's, the all-new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning.
For the kick of it. For the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your...
Well left. Really well left. They just throw the odd one over there. Even Kohli has batted 116. Pujara 216.
Yeah, well, Kohli started, I think, a runner ball for his first 30. That just shows you this surface as well. It slows up once that ball softens a fraction. You got to bat for a longer period of time. But it's discipline. That's the mental side of the game as well, to have the discipline to want to bat for long periods to make your runs. Sometimes you get a pitch where it's nice and flat, ball comes on beautifully, lightning fast outfield, and you can strike it 70 or 80. See the guys in T20, one-day cricket, striking at 130, 140. But generally in Test cricket, you've got to leave a lot more balls, you've got to back your defence, and that's exactly what these two are doing at the moment.
Yeah, what an innings it was. On a tough surface, against a very, very good opposition. And the ball was doing things, and he comes up with a wonderful century.
Yeah, as good as you'll see from any player ever, in my opinion, on this pitch to make 120. The only player to make 100 in this Test match. And that really shows you the difference between Virat Kohli and the rest of the world at the moment. I think he's a class above, and he showed it in that innings. So it was a good surface, that one in Perth. Something for the quicks. We saw Nathan Lyon take wickets as well for the spin. And the best player in the world made an unbelievable 100.
And also the last over, I teased something. The number of deliveries you faced, do you remember?
Yeah, well, very rarely in my career did I face more than, 216 or 217 balls, that's for sure. I think on one occasion I might have. the SCG against India. 400 and something balls, I think I just found out.
468.
468. That was enough for a full season for me.
And straight to first slip after that.
Yeah, I wasn't doing much running after that, that's for sure. My back was a little stiff and tired, but yeah, it's, like I say, the concentration is such an important part of this game of cricket, both as a batsman, a bowler, and in the field. Oh, that's a beauty. That's the length for Cummins. That's where I don't think he's bowled enough. Like I said, he's been hard to score off. 45 runs in 21 overs. 2 wickets. If Cummins bowls this length, he'll have 5 beside his name. Pitch it up. Get these batsmen looking to play that drive. That's a beauty.
Yeah, that was a wonderful delivery. That was also something which the Aussie think tank used to tell Jason Gillespie, isn't it? That's what I've heard, that if he bowled a fraction fuller, he would have had a lot more wickets.
Well, I think every bowler, particularly with a brand new ball, in Australian conditions, you've got to look to bowl full. It nearly feels like a half volley for the bowler. Get it right up there. And you're seeing just enough swing away for Cummins. But yeah, I think the best bowlers in the world, the leading wicket takers, they're willing to get driven through cover and straight down the ground for runs. They're happy to take a risk to get that wicket early. Then as the game goes on, the ball gets softer, they bring their length back. If their job is to restrict runs, they'll bring the length back, make it a fraction shorter. But when you're looking to take wickets, when you've got that new ball in your hand, you've got to go a foot fuller than what you think.
They're drifting down the leg side. Tim Payne didn't move. But still, they'll get 2 leg byes for that. 235, 234 for 2.
Babe, you owe me $240.
फोन पे ऐप से पे कर दिया है।
कैशबैक, पैसे बच गए और मैं भी।
फोन पे ऐप से पेमेंट करो, स्क्रैच करो और कैशबैक जीतो फोन पे।
For the kick of it. For the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on cult fitness packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
ये देखो आते ही शुरू हो गए।
गंदी सोच की बदबू। नो मोर।
प्लीज आइए ना।
ले अ शॉट। सोचो खुशबूदार।
Whatever we do, it's trending. MRF Zappa, always trending.
It's been a good start for India. You want to negotiate the first half hour, first 1 hour is what is crucial every morning. Something, the bowlers are slightly possibly fresher. There was swing yesterday on offer for the seamers. Mitchell Starc has bowled well. Well taken, well gathered by Tim Payne.
Yeah, this is not the fun part as a fielding team and as a captain. 234 runs on the ball with only 2 wickets, and you know you've got the class of Virat Kohli at the crease and the war Pujara. So this is going to be a really interesting couple of hours for Tim Payne. See that last ball just die after it goes past the bat of Virat Kohli. This is where, as a captain, you can change a few things. You can set some funky fields. You can put some people in different positions just to get in the batsman's head. Make the batsman think, why have they got a man at short cover? Why have they got a man catching at point? Why is the bat pad under the helmet? There's that inconsistency. Ball before stays low. That one takes off. Mitchell Starc looks extremely frustrated at the moment. It's the last ball, the last over. Big appeal from the Australians, but clearly going down the leg side. Yeah, I think this is where Tim Payne, we're going to get to see tactically what he's like as a captain. Really good opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes all these tactics, are they also dictated by what you've thought before, because you've got the coach and the other people also, or is it just a gut feel and something, or is it an on-field decision?
It has to be on field. That's your responsibility and your job as captain. Yes, you got other senior players around, so take their advice. Work with your bowler. But the plans need to be, you can have set plans, but at 234 for 2, whatever your set plans are, they're not working. So you've got to be willing to make change and adjust. Try something different. Keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. I think there's a time in the game where patience is so important and you build dot balls and build pressure. But it's not with the new ball. While this ball's hard, it's about attacking and looking to take wickets. Don't be scared of how many runs are going to be scored. Risk runs to take wickets. That's an example. I think Payne's got an opportunity here. Maybe have a bat pad to Pujara. Go to Stark and say, okay, at the moment it's not swinging, so we've got our wicket-taking deliveries are angle across the right-hander. Try and get that edge. We've got our men in slipped. Let's have 2 slip, maybe a fine gully for those catching positions. Then how else can we get Pujara out? Okay, let's use our bouncer as a weapon. Let's get a man at bat pad. Let's get that square leg into like a leg gully, so you got 2 other catches. There's 2 ways you're trying to get the batsman out, and you've got fieldsmen in catching positions for the wicket. Then you've got mid-off to save runs. Then you've got mid-on to save runs. But you've got to be looking to get a wicket at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he's batted well, Cheteshwar Pujara. Rock solid with his defence, and as we like the fact that you guys have so many questions and come up with some really wonderful questions. So if you have them, please use the hashtag Ask the Expert and send in your questions at SPN Sports India, and all our brilliant guests will always be willing to answer those questions. Nicely tucked away. 235 for 2.
आप हमेशा बिग बास्केट की तारीफ क्यों करते रहते हो? फल, सब्जी, दाल, चावल, इन सबको बारीकी से परखना चाहिए. बिना देखे, बिना परखे, यूं ही.
बिग बास्केट भी आप ही के जैसे एक्सपर्ट हैं. जैसे आप दाल, चावल चुन कर देखते हो, वैसे ही बिग बास्केट भी क्वालिटी परख कर पैक करते हैं. बिग बास्केट, इंडियाज लार्जेस्ट ऑनलाइन सुपरमार्केट और आपकी ग्रोसरीज का एक्सपर्ट.
इन अ बिग बास्केट, इन अ स्मॉल दाम. ट्राई करूंगी.
जैसे मम्मी जी बिग बास्केट बन गई, आप भी बन जाइए.
अरे खेल सप्पा, करंट बिल जोयू 1100 रुपया. लाइट बंद नहीं करता है, दिन भर एसी. इररिस्पांसिबल फेलो.
पापा, फोन पे आपसे पेमेंट हो गया, कैशबैक भी आ गया. अब खेलूं?
फोन पे ऐप से पेमेंट करो, स्क्रैच करो और कैशबैक जीतो फोन पे.
Good lengths, really good length from Pat Cummins. Yeah, it's been a good partnership in the context of the game, in the context of the series. That's what India needed. 112 of 242 and still going strong.
Yeah, I love the way both of these players have played. 2 very different players. One extremely stylish, but even Pujara, I think he's looked great this whole series. He's got all the shots, Pujara. He's just really disciplined when he plays them. Kohli has looked brilliant down the ground. Those drives through mid-on, exceptional. And again, playing very different to the way he played in Perth. Assessing the pitch, assessing the bowlers, playing 2 conditions. Jara, good loud call. His captain supports him, gets a single.
Yeah, as we were talking about Cheteshwar Pujara, he knows his limitations, he knows his strengths and doesn't try and stray. But the hallmark of a great player is also the ability to put away those bad deliveries, and that's why Virat Kohli is so good, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. That's what the game's about, as a batting unit. You talk about cricket being a team sport, that's where it's a team sport. Partnerships, 80, 40, 83, 113 as a batting unit, that's what you want. That 100-run partnership as a batting unit is more important than your individual 100. And you'll hear so many cricketers, so many batsmen say that. Yes, you want your own individual success, there's no doubt about it. But if you want to help your team win games, oh, again, a beauty from Cummins. 140k outswing. If you want to win games of cricket, it's about the team, it's about the partnership. And that's what India are doing so well at the moment.
Again, that foolish length, drawing him forward, and he does want to come forward, Virat Kohli, feel bad on ball, and when it leaves you ever so slightly, it looks a stunner. Yeah, having said that, you're talking about the third, the century partnership. It's the third century partnership for the third wicket against Australia in 2018, and I'm including all the other teams. So, and that's the maximum. And that's the maximum against any team in this year.
Yeah, some good batting. There's no doubt about it. And here's Cummins this innings. Lots of dot balls. There's lots of dots because of the length. It's back of a length, 74% in that blue zone. I want to see more balls in that green zone, the 6% zone, while it's new, while it's hard. Then as the game goes on, you can get into that 20% zone, the good area, the red area, with the occasional bouncer from Cummins. He's got a good fast bouncer. He's got to use it.
Also, when we show those lengths, you would rather want that the bowler bowls on the fullish part of the good length, not on the shortish part of the good length. You want to be slightly up there, closer to full, between around the 5 metre mark or even towards the 4 metre mark.
Well, if you think of someone like Glenn McGrath, go to that good area, the 20%, and where you can see those couple of yellow balls, Glenn McGrath would hit that area probably 90% of the time. Then he would have the occasional ball in the blue area, the short area for that bouncer, and the occasional ball in the green area nice and full, or maybe that Yorker. He'll mix the occasional ball up, but generally 90% is in that full of a good length. See a good fast bouncer from Cummins to finish the over. 236 for 2.
चल ब्रो, चिल्लर में बाइक नहीं बेचनी, अच्छी प्राइस चाहिए, मन है तो डन है.
Introducing Quicker Assure. Now sale of your bike assured directly to Quicker. Give a missed call on 1-800-3000-1000. Quicker, quicker.
Make it, you gotta make it large. When you pull your sweat and hard on the street, blaze your soul and your body take all the heat. Remember, what do you really want more than everything? Stand out, never be a part of the queue. You wanna make it large, it starts with you.
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
Shane Warne and Kerry O'Keefe settle in here. Throw Bill Laurie in there and the great Tony.
Generations raised on their commentary, weren't they?
So 21 runs from the first 7 overs of the day. Stark continues to operate short. It was a really nice bit of bowling from Pat Cummins that closed out that previous over. It's challenging Virat Kohli. Very warm conditions out here today. Temperature rising. Australians know they're in for a long, hard slog here. Morning, morning.
Morning, Gilly. Skull, g'day everyone. It's been a pretty good start from India this morning, although Stark and Cummins have bowled well too.
It gets through. Catch was a call, but it was pretty well controlled from Pujara.
This partnership now really starting to hurt Australia. They feel like that this morning they had to strike in that first 30 minutes, try and break the partnership. It's worth 117 already. This one a little bit wide from Stark. Pujara just always finds a way. He moves on to 82, 2 for 240. This is staring down the barrel of a long day, the Australians. And I'll tell you what, I've just come up from upstairs, Skull. It's hot.
Yes.
It's damn hot out there.
I think the thing is with Pujara, you've really got to bowl full, but no width. The moment you give him an inch either side of off stump or leg stump, it goes for runs.
Yep. You feel if Australia can somehow find a way to get one, because they have beaten the bat a bit this morning too, they might just get 2 or 3 quickly, and they need to. Pitch has got a bit more pace in it today, hasn't it? It's really got through pretty well.
It's firmed up under the heat. Only a dozen or so playing misses yesterday all day, and you're right, warning you already this morning there's been 3 or 4 genuine playing misses So the Australians are utilising the faster pitch, the hard ball. Into its 15th over, this ball, the second new one. It's going to be compact there, though, from Pujara.
They'll bowl full until it stops swinging, and then I reckon we're going to see a lot of short pitch bowling, because I think they think that is the wicket ball. That they drew 2 yesterday with the short ball, and I think if they can make a breakthrough, get rid of Pujara or Kohli, there'll be a barrage against the middle order, hoping to stand one up and glove people.
Hey, good shout.
Thinking back to the Boxing Day test last year, very similar type day, a slow day on day one, 3 for 244. The Australians, only those 3 wickets. But on day 2, the game did get moving a bit. 9 wickets fell across that day. So I agree, one little breakthrough, it's often said, just opens the door. It's amazing how much more energy that brings to a bowling lineup and how it brings the thermometer down in your mind.
आज से सिर्फ पे करने का टाइम ओवर। अब Amazon पे से रुपया बड़ा करने का टाइम आ गया है। अब बिजली के बिल की टेंशन भूल के दोपहर को भी एसी चलाने का टाइम आ गया है।
पापा, दिन में एसी?
हाँ। अरे फ्रंट रो को भूल जाओ यार। कौन? रिक्लाइनर वाली सीट पे जाने का टाइम आ गया है। क्योंकि Amazon पे से बड़ा कैशबैक कमाने का टाइम आ गया है। तो अब आपकी शॉपिंग हो या बिल पेमेंट्स या फेवरेट एप्स, आइए अपने Amazon ऐप पे और इस्तेमाल कीजिए Amazon पे। Amazon पे अब बड़ा होगा रुपया।
For fruits and vegetables, who's a better expert than the farmer himself? Big Basket's farm fresh fruits and vegetables are sourced directly from farmers and delivered to your doorstep. Big Basket, your grocery expert.
Pat Cummins has been brilliant.
That was extraordinary pictures, wasn't it? The Comet ploughing into the handle. For those that don't know, obviously cricket bats at this level are made out of English willow. But the handles are cane, aren't they, with a bit of rubber, a few thin bits of rubber running down through the middle. But look at the flex there. He's probably lucky he took his glove off there, his hand off the bat, because he might have copped another one on the fingers there.
I think we're going to see a lot more of Comet and that ball.
That's what you like, don't you, Skull?
Yeah.
As this ball gets a bit older.
Yeah.
It's well played. Well controlled.
Hot bowled again. Was it Ian Chappell that used to like to break the handle a little bit? Was it Ian Chappell or someone used to like to break the handle a little bit?
Did he?
Yeah, Ian Chappell. He used to like to break his handle just when he first got a new bat, just to give it that extra little bit of flex. Yeah.
Bit of whip.
Yeah.
I know, talking with Yuvraj Singh.
Yep.
Fantastic Indian batsman. He used to ask for super flexy handles, so it felt like it had been broken. You could just tell, couldn't you, if one had cracked through the middle, it was really flexy. But he preferred to start with one like that.
The length that Cummins has bowled today is the reason he's beating the bat. And another day he could have found the outside edge. I think yesterday, yes, he was surely the pick of the bowlers. He was easily the pick, but he just was a fraction short if you're going to be super critical. Where today, I think he's just pitched that ball half a yard as we were talking about yesterday, Skull, hasn't he? He's just dragging the batsman forward. He's just beaten the bat a bit more.
Much fuller today.
He is, isn't he?
You see that the tactics have changed a lot. But the short ball, the moment it stops curving, then the operation goes short. Big workload today for Mitchell Marsh, isn't it? And Nathan Lyon. If there's no breakthrough from the three main quicks, Mitchell Marsh's workload will increase dramatically.
2 for 240, India. The captain, Virat Kohli, he's 55. It was his 20th Test match 50. And he usually converts those 50s, 25, Test match 100s, Pujara 82.
I think Kohli's got to have one of the best conversion rates in the history of the game in Test cricket, I reckon. You can't include Bradman because he was just the best of all time. But you compare it to the mere mortals, I reckon he's as good as anyone that's ever played.
Yeah. As a converter?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could go to Flemington Racecourse and draw 100,000 and convert them.
Very good.
I just love watching him bat. You know, technically, he's Bo Derek, and he's just a 10 out of 10.
Oh, I love that. Well done.
I know. She's from the 70s, though.
No. Oh, once again.
अरे भैया ऑनलाइन लर्निंग वर्निंग आ બધું શું છે मुझे तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है।
अरे पप्पा यहाँ से एक बार समझ लेती हूँ तो फॉरएवर याद रहता है।
फॉरएवर या मम्मी का नाम याद नहीं रहता है।
इनकी पढ़ाई को लेके हम इन्हें कितना कुछ सुनाते हैं, अब थोड़ी इनकी भी सुन लेते हैं।
Visual learning at home makes learning in school so easy.
Just download Byju's, the all new and personalized learning app.
जी हेलो 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 हेलो
हेलो 50 बायर्स को हेलो हेलो करने की जगह एक मिस्ड कॉल से गाड़ी बेचनी है। मन है तो डन है।
Introducing Quicker Assured. Now sale of your car assured directly to Quicker. Give a missed call on 1-800-3000-1000. Quicker, quicker.
Whatever we do, it's trending. MRF Zappa, always trending.
Whilst they're completely different styles and techniques, they're forging a wonderful partnership. Josh Hazelwood from the members' end.
It was so interesting to see that because Pujara wants to play late and work any angle behind the wicket, whereas Kohli's 2.1 metres from the stumps looking to come at the bowler and hit him back past him. And that's why the chemistry between this pair is very difficult to bowl to because you've got to change your lengths most of the time.
And you mentioned earlier that the only real way, other than patience and perseverance, that Pujara is going to hurt the Aussies when it's full is if there's width where he can generate a bit of power to get it through. But if they can keep it tight, I think they'll feel confident they can contain him. That, of course, won't bother Pujara. His mind is so strong, it's cement-like, isn't it? So the short fourth slip comes up with the helmet on. We saw it deployed in Adelaide. It's Aaron Finch is under a helmet. There he is there. So that shows you the lack of pace and bounce. We feel like this wicket has quickened up a bit today. Just a lack of bounce. So it's a bit of a speculative effort. Get in there with the helmet on. It's going to fly quickly should it come.
Do you think that guy's been put in there for the glove or the half front foot outside slice?
I think because Pujara plays with such soft hands, he plays really, really late. We saw that picture of the cover drive that he's back deep. But because he's never really pushes hard at the ball, it's going to be a soft edge, if that makes sense, one that won't really fly. So, you know, it's a bit of pot luck. He's very, very close. It's got to go straight to him, but even there it's going to be down around ankle height. Oh, big shout, maybe. High, leg side. But I like the creativity of Tim Payne. I think on a wicket like this, where it's not naturally flying through and inducing the outside edge, I think they've got to get creative. So no problems there.
Just snaked back. You two have both had leadership roles. Did Tim Payne's drop late yesterday, was that a result of fatigue through... He really spent himself in Perth. He took on Kohli. He got valuable runs. He had to keep...
I just think it was a tough chance, Gull.
Okay.
Some days they stick, sometimes they don't.
Yep.
I reckon it's a tough one to dive in front of there and first slip. Well, it wasn't going to carry. Sometimes it's a late move because you're not sure it's going to carry to first slip or not. Realised he had to go. It was low, late in the day, but that's not an easy catch.
Technically did nothing wrong there.
Just didn't stick.
You watch from behind, he's still low. He pushes with his right foot, which comes there, so it's not like he sort of undercut himself. He got a read. It's just the pace of that delivery. And maybe if it's the first or second, third over of the day when he's really fresh, he might have reacted a fraction quicker and it might have got there, but I can't question his...
यार अभी गाजर का हलवा होता ना मजा आ जाता।
हाँ मम्मी गाजर का हलवा प्लीज।
और ड्राई फ्रूट्स के साथ?
हाँ ड्राई फ्रूट्स।
फिनिश जल्दी फिनिश करो।
एक प्लेट मेरे लिए भी कर दो।
स्विगी करो फिर जो चाहे करो। Order from your favorite restaurants. Swiggy.
And India needs a wicket now, don't they?
A slip fielder. No. Short leg पे क्या जाएगा? Short leg.
And that's lopped up to short leg.
I told you. I said it.
They can't hear you.
Mr. Shortleg, excuse me. You were right. Very well done. Enjoy your coffee.
Impossible.
Possible है. The next level app for next level fans. Cricket Next, where fans rule.
खाने से पहले ये देखो। टेंशन मत लो, मेरे पास है Savlon पेन सैनिटाइजर स्प्रे। जर्म्स को करो डिस्ट्रॉय।
सिर्फ 49 रुपीस में।
New Engage On Plus. Are you on?
Well, this is where it's a team game. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc did a pretty good job, but in particular, Pat Cummins. 5 overs for 6 runs. He beat the bat 3 or 4 times. And the way he bowled, this is where these guys now, Nathan Lyon, Hazell, can get some rewards for some excellent work from Paddy Cummins. This was a battle yesterday. It was interesting, wasn't it? Virat Kohli and Nathan Lyon.
What do you think his strategy will be today, Nathan Lyon against Kohli?
I hope he stays the way he's starting here and backs himself to try and challenge the outside edge to get him to drive and try and get him nicked off at slip. Because as Virat Kohli's worried about the one that's spinning back, even though it's only day 2 now, he's still worried that he knows that Nathan Lyon has the ability, no matter what the conditions, to spin one back. And that's why if Nathan Lyon sticks to that right line outside the off stump, then I think it's a real chance. And this is good to Pujara straight away. Bat paddling offside. Pujara plays differently with that man in there. He'll shuffle across or something, try and get it to the onside. He can't run down the wicket as much to Nathan Lyon and just sort of kick the ball away or play with the bat. And that man in at silly mid off under his nose is also could run him out. That man you can see there just right under Pujara's nose there. Could run him out as well as catch him.
Stucky. But I think you're right. I mean, Pujara's game changes. Those 2 men at mid-wicket there, he runs at Lyon and turns the bat face. I think Lyon wants him to turn the bat face and trap him around the popping crease for an LBW. So that the silly mid-off has brought that...
See, now he's trying to hit that to the onside rather than the offside.
Lovely, Gaza!
Which is good.
Which, of course, is what you suggested in Adelaide from the outset. And that was match losing to a certain extent.
Well, yeah, just, Pujara got a big 100.
Oh, that's beautiful, Nathan. Great start for us, guys.
When the evening shadows fall and you're wondering who to call for a little company, there's always me.
गाड़ी बेची थी कई साल पहले, बायर ने एक्सीडेंट कर डाला और आरसी मेरे ही नाम पर थी। बस काट रहा हूँ चक्कर, मगर जब अगली गाड़ी बेचनी थी ना तो मैंने कोई चांस नहीं लिया, सीधा गया कार्स 24। झट से गाड़ी बिकी और आरसी ट्रांसफर की भी कोई टेंशन नहीं। कार बेचनी हो तो कार्स 24।
या बेबी या
Men will be men. Seagram's Imperial Blue Super Hits music CDs.
Well, he was just talking about the thrill of walking on it. He says it was like a movie. I was walking into the as a gladiator into the big Colosseum. He said he was buzzing about it, and he can't wait to get out there and have another go. But yeah, exciting times. They unleashed one yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. Your great era, Hayden and Langer were just an item, weren't they, for most of it? Or were they? A lot of it, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of love between those two.
Yep. Yeah. But you needed them because you had the middle order and you had the bowlers.
Yep.
And you had the 7, of course.
Wasn't bad.
Oh, goodness me. They had the trap set. They had Aaron Finch under the helmet up at the short slip. It was just too quick and too wide.
The cap was there, and
he just had gone a bit finer.
He had.
From where Aaron Finch had been set up for Pujara, he just tucked into more of a traditional second slip line. He was still up closer to the bat. What a tease for the Australians.
That was the ball, wasn't it? That was the out that they could start to really attack the middle order.
There was a bit of Shuckademus, wasn't it? Tease me, tease me.
It was on your playlist last night, Warnie, when you had us all over. Nice follow-up from Hazelwood.
And even Kohli, at his status in the World Game, still rehearses a leave. But that's a discipline that this Indian side has shown. That was the out, wasn't it?
Look at him wider there, Aaron Finch in the helmet. He came tight. Straight to him. The flip of a coin from the captain, Tim Payne. There would have been discussion. There would have been, what do you reckon, boys? Where do you feel comfortable? Someone had to make a call there, and whoever that is going, no.
Well, you're talking about Virat Kohli and you're talking about all those positions, and we're talking about the youngsters, any young boys and girls, about where to bat. And we're talking about his technique, and maybe this helps him. Have a look at that for a technique of how far he's out of the crease. So he's allowing the ball not to move as much. Then you've got Pujara. I just want to show you Peter Hanscom, where he stands and how far back he stands. I mean, so much talk about his technique. You see how far back in the crease he is. Look at that. That's how he gets out LBW. That's a you know, sometimes it's not how many, but it's how you look when you get out. And I think that's what that led to, obviously, the change of Mitchell Marsh, just the way he got out. That was exactly the same as what happened with Jimmy Anderson working him over with that LB. And you can see how far back he was in the crease.
It's a nice leave. This is good from Hazelwood. A strong Australian bowling lineup, challenging the best player in the world.
And Kohli's awake to this. He knows that that's the line the Australians feel they can get him at. The slip's been...
Patience game, isn't it?
Yeah. And for all his attacking ability, he has patience as part of his game.
Unlike when he's in the field.
Amazing. There's two different people, isn't there?
Aren't we all, Skull?
Yeah, well...
Jekyll, Hyde.
We've all got that.
Today hides behind the hill.
शर्मिष्ठा, आपको भी आपकी फ्रेंड जैसा ऑसम रिक्लाइनर चाहिए? मन है तो डन है।
Introducing Quicker Assured by top quality furniture at half the price directly from Quicker. Quicker.
Kingfisher presents Sunburn, the biggest party ever.
हर हीरो को जीरो बनना पड़ता है, जैसे अपने ग्रोसरीज के एक्सपर्ट को ही ले लो। जीरो डिलेज, जीरो डिफेक्ट्स, जीरो कंप्लेंट्स। हीरो बनना है तो पहले जीरो बनो। डिफेक्ट्स, बिग बास्केट, आपकी ग्रोसरीज का एक्सपर्ट।
Catch, it's the call. It's probing from line. He's on right from the start this morning, the Australian off spinner.
Oh, Nathan! The long on's up to mid on. The man's been deployed at bat pad on the offside, and suddenly Pujara's unsure. He's turning the bat face.
I think his bat hit his toe and turned there.
Worried about the bat pad on the offside. That's why he's looking to go to the onside all the time like that. Remember in Adelaide, he made that 100, he was running down, and Nathan Lyon was saying, is he playing a shot at that? He's just pushing it out into the gap or just kicking away to the offside. That man has made such a difference that now he's running down, as we said, onside. He might try and take Lyon downtown here, with mid on up. He might just try.
Got that feel about it here, hasn't it? It's something.
Well, he's 82, that's the only thing. He might not take a risk. He might just play him off the back foot for a little while. This is where Nathan Lyon, if he can get one to keep low or to skid on straight with the arm, he might nick it to Khawaja, it slip, caught behind. If he's just got to stay there for a few more balls, it's building on Pujara big time.
Heady, good work, Heady.
Good work in there to stop the single. Well done. Who was that?
Travis Head.
Travis Head. Good awareness, good match awareness there.
So
Feel
important.
the battle between Lyon and Pujara. And suddenly the fielders are into it now. They can feel it too. Now, if he gets an easy single there, the whole pressure's off. Could get him a wicket.
Just gave him a bit of length there, didn't he? But the trap's there, the web's there, but will the spider? He might stay in his hole.
Just that ball there, Warnie. You know, from personal experience, standing where Tim Payne is when you're running in, as Nathan Lyon is, he's got the cover in and the leg slip. There's a man at short mid-wicket.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled.
Make it, you gotta make it large. When you put your sweat and heart on the street, blaze your soul, and your body take all the heat. Remember, what do you really want more than everything? Stand out, never be a part of the queue. You wanna make it large, it starts with you.
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
Glamour comes automatic with the Vitara Brezza, now with AGS.
Oh, there you go. Pujara
Jeez, that
showing
got-
signs of a bit of itchy feet, wants to get things moving.
Yeah, just building it up here. Well, when you think about you guys like Mark Waugh, Ricky Ponting, David Boone, Mark Taylor, I mean, you can keep going with the fielders that we had around the bat and all that, and awareness. Andrew Simons, Michael Clark, all those guys as well. Damien Martin. We had a quality fielders as well.
But you were ruthless on yourself. And,
Yeah.
say from personal experience, just seeing you if you bowled a short ball and you were the one that alleviated the pressure. So harsh on yourself.
Yeah. Well, I called myself many names, which I can't repeat. Weak was one of them.
Finch has gone wider.
Did have some other words after it too, Skull.
Yeah, you would have.
There's Aaron Finch. It was Virat Kohli.
He's gone. He's gone. He's
The
taken a
edge
step
came
to his
from.
right now, hasn't he, Finch?
He's what, sir?
He's gone back to a step to his right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a different batsman. It was Virat Kohli that was on strike. So they obviously, this was where the initial setup was for Pujara. And then when the Indian skipper was on strike, he came finer. And the ball flew where his left foot is about now.
And that's the key. Cover's been left open, and Pujara knows it's been left open, but he's a wily old bird. He thinks that they want me to cover drive, and I'm not going to.
Not going to. Yeah.
But if they bowl short outs and give me width, I'll slice it over the top.
Yep. So this was when Virat Kohli came on strike. Tim Payne saying, come a bit tighter, back a bit, come a bit. So setting it into a more traditional second slip. And then that happened.
I tell you what, as a captain,
every player's reaction there.
Oh, well, as a captain, you just look for little omens. You know, you start with the right fielder, you just put a fielder somewhere, and when it doesn't happen, like something like that, you go, ooh, it could be a long day.
Yeah. Surely not as long as Day 4, Calcutta 2001.
No, let it go. Let it go.
And we were looking for omens, weren't we? We were swapping hats. We were going through our favourite songs, favourite movies.
You've got to let it go, haven't you? Like Tim Payne has to move quickly.
Yeah, that's it. It's got to.
It's like you get a bad lie on the 3rd. You still want to tell them about it on the 19th. Nobody cares.
Believe it on the 3rd. Oh, I'll end up in a divot. Exactly.
And nobody cares.
No one cares. Yeah.
This
got me confused. With someone that actually cares.
Great from Hazelwood, the way he's come straight on. He's picked up from Stark, who was at this end, but probably more so Pat Cummins' opening spell.
Didn't move it a lot yesterday, Josh Hazelwood, did he? That was disappointing. I thought he might just get a little bit more movement through the air.
He's looked good today, though, Skull.
Yeah, much better. Pitch a little quicker, although it's not bouncing. There's a little more pace in it.
फैशन डिजाइनिंग इज जस्ट ए हॉबी। तुम्हें तो डॉक्टर बनना है।
अगले ऑडिशन में सिलेक्ट होना ही है, इंडिया का सुपरस्टार बनना ही है।
बेटा, तुम्हें साइंस पढ़ने के लिए नहीं, क्रिकेटर बनने के लिए पैदा किया है।
It's not your dream if the voice in your head isn't yours. You have to choose who you become.
माफ करना भगवान, मुझे तो क्रिकेट पसंद भी नहीं है।
सोचने के लिए नहीं पैदा किया था मैंने तुम्हें।
Have you ever wondered how long do good things last? Some last a few hours, some a few months. And then there are those that last more than a lifetime. Be remembered for good. Seagram's 100 Pipers. True legend.
Ha 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 ha.
through that area. See how close he's got to be with the surface not bouncing as much as the seamer would like. So a close catch at gully and a first slip in place.
Well, a couple of the edges have gone in that direction, so trying to plug that gap. Getting to a 50 with that terrific drive.
Yeah, and they bowled well, didn't they? Both Stark and Cummings got the ball to pass the bat. At times the ball didn't go through to Tim Payne. A little bit fortunate at times with outside edges and balls that are beating slips. Australia worked hard in that first part of the session, and Tim Payne will be hoping that the bowlers can really make sure that they put pressure and don't allow the pressure to be released. What's been impressive, Sonny, is we talked about it at the top of the show, didn't we, about the length to bowl and also the lines. And I think you can see that with the seamers to Kohli today. And definitely that fourth, fifth stump region, and just get him feeling outside their off stump.
Yes, I think they're focused on that and around that good length area as well. 31%. There you go. But it's just a little too wide. I think they've got to look to get around the fifth stump, not so much the sixth stump. Some of those deliveries, the yellow dots, are way too outside the off stump, so he'll not be tempted to play at them at all. But maybe get them around the fourth and the fifth stump. He tends to reach for deliveries around that area, because he's got that shuffle that takes him to the off stump, then that front foot which takes him outside the off stump. So he does tend to play and miss a lot. For a batsman who's well set, he does tend to play and miss outside the off stump a fair bit.
Why is that? Is that because he's trying to come at the ball and perhaps he's just not picking up lines and he's not picking up lengths as quick as he'd like to be?
I think he tends to play at deliveries which he otherwise can leave alone, but if they are short of a good length, he can leave them. When they are fuller, he tends to reach for it, and if there is a little bit of late movement, he plays and misses, and that adds to the frustration of the bowler. This one's left well alone. It's 247 for 2.
कुछ भी हो तो मुझे फोन करना, हाँ? बैलेंस है ना?
एक टैप में मोबाइल रिपीट रिचार्ज कीजिए सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से।
बहुत है।
गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ। डाउनलोड गूगल पे। मनी मेड सिंपल।
Kingfisher presents Sunburn, the biggest party ever.
चिल ब्रो, चिलर में बाइक नहीं बेचनी, अच्छी प्राइस चाहिए, मन है तो डन है।
Introducing Quicker Assure. Now sale of your bike assured directly to Quicker. Give a missed call on 1-800-3000-1000. Quicker, quicker.
Men will be men. Seagram's Imperial Blue Super Hits music CDs.
Playing with the two fielders once again to Pujara. Pujara is looking to be a bit more positive against Nathan Lyon, using his feet. He did in the last over you seen with the first ball.
Yes, that's because he doesn't want to defend, because then that silly point will come into play. So he's going to try and attack him, go down the pitch as much as possible. There he is.
Yes, come out!
Down the pitch.
Yeah, and this is better than yesterday, because I think perhaps Australia went a little bit defensive too quickly yesterday. Lyon had fielders set back. Good shot. Got to the pitch of the ball. Pick up a boundary. Slow outfield at the MCG. We'll pick up 3. So good from Pujara and putting Lyon under pressure.
He's tossed up just a little bit more from Lyon. The third consecutive time that he's stepped down the pitch. It'll be interesting to see what Kohli's tactics are. Kohli doesn't step down the pitch as much in Test cricket.
250 up for India, 250 for 2. Different field for Virat Kohli. No man in on the offside. Good to see Nathan Lyon staying over the wicket. He's had a lot of success against Virat Kohli, going over the wicket. Balls that just go straight on, where he's Kohli to get the outside edge. Saw that in Perth.
Oh, beautiful, nice pace,
Good
guys,
lengths
nice
as
pace.
well. That's what he does so well, Nathan Lyon, and has done for a long period of time in Test cricket. Lengths and lines. Uses his pace really well as an off spinner. Kohli will pick up a single to finish that line over. 251 for 2.
Dude, stylish 350cc बाइक चाहिए, वो भी हाफ प्राइस में? मन है तो डन है.
Introducing Quicker Assured by top end bikes at half the price directly from Quicker. Quicker.
रोहन ने तो मैच पलट दिया आज. क्या खेला बच्चों ने?
Well played.
सर की फीस.
एक स्टेप में अपने कॉन्टैक्ट्स को पैसे भेजिए सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ. डाउनलोड गूगल पे. मनी मेड सिंपल.
हर हीरो को जीरो बनना पड़ता है. जैसे अपने ग्रोसरीज के एक्सपर्ट को ही ले लो. जीरो डिलेज, जीरो डिफेक्ट्स, जीरो कंप्लेंट्स. हीरो बनना है तो पहले जीरो बनो. डिफेक्ट्स, बिग बास्केट, आपकी ग्रोसरीज का एक्सपर्ट.
Hazelwood to start his 23rd over. It's been good work from the Australian seam bowlers. Tough work as well. Hot conditions out in Melbourne. Long day for them yesterday. Virat Kohli, who won the toss, decided to have a bat first. Just 2 wickets all day, and that were to Pat Cummins. Hazelwood bowled well yesterday. Stark not so well with the new ball. With the second new ball, got swing and seam. They both got movement this morning. Stark bowled well. The ball coming back in.
Should have started with Hazelwood, who's getting the ball to curve away very smartly. The second new ball towards the end of yesterday's play. They started with Pat Cummins because he was the one who had taken the 2 wickets, but Hazelwood, he's more of a mover of the ball than Cummins is.
And I'm sure Virat Kohli will be happy to see there's still a little bit of movement out there. I didn't see a lot of swing yesterday. I saw more yesterday, late last night and this morning, so Indian seamers will be happy with that. Just bounces short again. Been good from Kohli though all the way through his innings.
Yes, another half century. It's some terrific straight drives. There it is, bringing that bottom man into play. And the odd edge, of course, and then the extra cover drive of the spinner. Gorgeous on drive that. And that flick shot to get to his 20th half century. He's got a phenomenal record without Kohli.
His record in Australia as well as captain. Conversion rates.
Australian pitches are the best for batting, isn't it? Once you see through that first 1 hour or so, the ball comes onto the bat quite nicely. The bounce is true. You can see that 3 matches he's got 239 runs with 101 half century.
So out of India, the place where you choose to bat now would be Australia?
Yes, the ball really comes onto the bat quite nicely. You can play your shots. While the ball is hard and new, yes, you got to be a little careful, watchful.
Lots of batting still to come for India. Rahane and Rohit Sharma. Rishabh Pant. Beautiful shot. Magical from Kohli. End of the over. 255 for 2.
Ha 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 ha.
MRF ZLX. Comfort made more comfortable.
This is the likely lineup. What do you think India
She
should do?
spinners
They
they
need
to
win the toss and bat.
No! Ball first!
Chillao mat. No one's listening. Sir, excuse me. Namaste, sir. Continue, madam.
Bowling.
Impossible.
Possible hai. The next level app for next level fans. Cricket Next, where fans rule.
Here we go. Watch me turn it on. I'm gonna own my time.
Been a good first session up to now for India once again. Good day yesterday. Just take a look at this. Pure magic.
Yes, he shuffles to the off stump and then brings that bottom man into play. Beautiful. The timing is exquisite.
Just to rub it in as well, just the way that he held his position.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes when batsmen do enjoy a particular shot, they do tend to hold on to that position. Because they actually recognize it a little bit later that they really played a good shot.
Again to the pitch of the ball. Times this better than he did the over before and gets a boundary.
Gets into the 90s, Cheteshwar Pujara. Again, using his feet. He's just not going to stay in the crease while Lyons bowling, and Lyons got that silly point in position. He's going to go down as much as possible, and that's a lovely shot from Cheteshwar Pujara. Very good timing. He's not your power hitter. He'll look for placements, he'll look for punching the ball. There he's out again.
Yes, guys! Yes, guys!
And then the strike points for Pujara. And then where he's coming down the wicket to Nathan Lyon, not allowing him to settle in.
Oh! Hold! Oh, Harry!
5 deliveries. He's stepped down the pitch every single delivery. He's meeting the ball. You can see where he's meeting the ball. It's dot balls, but he's not looking in trouble.
Oh, that's good.
Last ball, 259 for 2.
ऐप से मैथ सीखेगा तू? भाई मैनू ते फुल डाउट है।
और जब तक मेरे सारे डाउट क्लियर नहीं हो जाते ना, I can keep going back to it, back to it.
हाँ कर ले तू अपनी मनमर्जी। मम्मी जी सुनिया टेंशन की कह रहा है? तू जानती है भाई जुनू?
इनकी पढ़ाई को लेके हम इन्हें कितना कुछ सुनाते रहते हैं। अब थोड़ी इनकी भी सुन लेते हैं।
अगले लेसन पे जाने से पहले it clears all my doubts.
Just download Byju's, the all new and personalized learning app.
बिजली का बिल रह गया।
एक ऐप से कीजिए घर के सारे बिल पेमेंट्स सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ। डाउनलोड गूगल पे, मनी मेड सिंपल।
कार्स 24 में मिला मुझे मेरी कार का बेस्ट प्राइस। कार बेचनी हो तो कार्स 24।
Hazelwood starting his 24th over. Still bowling those lines just outside off stump. A bit of bounce here and there. (2,000 test runs away from home for Pujara, average just under 40. 31 test matches. Just look at that record at home as well, averaging 61. 10 test match hundreds, 6 test match hundreds away from home. He's into the 90s, so it could be 7 quite soon. But a different player to Kohli, but truly is a test match player.
He is. And he's the kind of player that India need at number 3, because he often comes into bat when the first wicket has fallen, so he's got to face the new ball. So he tires them out with his patience, with his technique. Makes life a little bit easy for batsmen coming down at number 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a sense of comfort knowing he's at the other end. Haven't tried any short deliveries against Virat Kohli this morning. With the second new ball, you can see over here 3 matches, 312 runs, averaging 78. He's got 2 50s and 100.
Same high score as well as Virat Kohli in that match at Perth. 123 for Pujara in Adelaide, 123 for Kohli in Perth. A partnership of 136 between them at present. Definite plan just to stop Kohli from scoring now. A slip, a fourth slip, a gully. Deep cover in place and a third man. This runs this series for Pujara, 312. Shows how Australia has struggled. Kohli with 243. He's on 66 at the moment. Happy with these tactics from Australia? Would you think perhaps be a little bit more aggressive?
And they've got to look to take wickets as well. By all means, make sure India don't run away with plenty of boundaries. But if you're going to bowl way outside the off stump, you're only going to tire yourself. Pujara 312, most runs so far in the series. Kohli not too far behind. Both of them batting at the moment. Partnership of 136.
Yeah, Rahane to come in next. Top 3 Indian batsmen. Medium run scorers. Good over from Hazelwood. 259 for 2.
Have you ever wondered, how long do good things last? Some last a few hours. Some a few months. And then there are those that last more than a lifetime. Be remembered for good. Seagram's 100 Pipers. True legend.
बिजली का बिल रह गया।
एक ऐप से कीजिए घर के सारे बिल पेमेंट्स सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ। डाउनलोड गूगल पे, मनी मेड सिंपल।
Lots of Indian support in Melbourne. Crowd not as big as it was on day one. People who perhaps gone back to work after the Christmas break. Nathan Lyon, who's been put under a little bit of pressure by Pujara. You see now that he's taken the man out from silly mid off. Pujara started to use his feet.
Yes, and he was scoring runs in that extra cover region. A boundary the previous over. Before that, he hit the ball for 3. So getting a little more protection. Line. What it has done is it's got Pujara sticking to the crease, not looking to come down the pitch. Of course, these two deliveries, quicker deliveries, bowled a lot flatter as well.
you, Gaza. Lovely work, Gaza.
Yeah, it's good from Pujara.
Bowling, Garrett.
He hasn't got that danger of the man on the offside. He's happy to just stay in his crease and just play that forward defensive. Haven't seen too much turn, the odd ball here and there. Down again. Good shot from Pujara. Gets to the pitch and flicked away. Pick up another 3.
So it's a long boundary, yes. The Indians have taken plenty of 3s in this innings. It's a big ground. It's a very good shot once again, using his feet, hitting it with the turn away from that fielder.
Change of angle for Virat Kohli round the wicket. Short delivery. Perhaps should have put that away.
Oh!
End of the over. 262 for 2.
Premium cars like this are costly to maintain.
Actually, ma'am, the 4-year maintenance cost for Skoda Rapid is under 30,000 rupees. We give you India's first 4-year warranty, 4-year roadside assistance for all Skoda cars at no extra cost.
But I'll be driving, right?
The new Skoda Rapid. Buy now, pay in 2020.
Skoda. Simply clever.
For the kick of it. For the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on cult fitness packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
ये देखो आते ही शुरू हो गए।
गंदी सोच की बदबू। No more.
प्लीज आइए ना।
Clear shot. सोचो खुशबूदार।
आपके बच्चे भी forever and ever concepts याद रखेंगे। Just download Byju's, the all new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning.
Keeping them guessing. That's my style. Blender's Pride Fashion Tour.
It was a good little holding spell for Australia yesterday.
That was nice to hear. Good cheer from Mitchell Marsh too. After yesterday, where he got a little bit of booze. And yesterday had nothing to do with actual Mitchell Marsh. It was just that the Victorian got dropped for somebody else. So it could have been, it was irrelevant who it was. I wouldn't take it personally, Mitchell Marsh.
No, but the Queenslanders say the Victorians tend to do that.
Well, ask AB what happened when he went to Sydney after he left New South Wales to Queensland.
Oh, yeah. My first game playing for Australia at the SCG. They started up a traitor chant.
No.
Yeah. So
Traitor border?
Yeah.
The first time I've heard that.
Yeah, he went from New South Wales to Queensland.
I know.
Playing for Australia to Sydney.
Yeah, copped heaps.
Traitor.
Yep.
I thought you cut a slice of island border, you see Australia's map in. Traitor border, that's a new thing.
So it has happened before.
There you go.
It doesn't take long to win people over, though. I mean, if Mitchell takes a couple of wickets and gets a few runs, everyone will be very, very happy with his selection. It's been another grind, hasn't it? Another session of grind.
Just 2.37. How long are India going to keep this up and tire the Aussies out in the field?
Well, they look like they're going to, bat long. That's Virat Kohli's an indicator, isn't he? Unless it's a bit harder out there than it looks from up here, but certainly he seems to be playing quite comfortably. The pitch coming onto the bat a bit better today, a bit quicker.
It's hot there.
It is hot out
very
there.
hot.
Yeah.
Actually, if people are tuning in India, I must tell them sometimes we get very overconfident about the heat in Australia, thinking, we're used to it. I grew up on 40 degrees. It's all right. 32 here is hot. 36 is scalding. And it is very, very hot today.
I think India has probably got their plan is to say, let's just bat as long as we can. It's back-to-back test matches. Let's just wear down the Australian bowlers. And then they'll make a decision. There's no, we've still got 24 minutes to go till lunch.
Yeah.
We're not even, we've got so much time left in today.
Yeah.
There hasn't been that many overs bowled today. There's still plenty of overs to go today. 68 to go after this. 22 overs. This is only the 22nd over. There's been 47 plus these. 49 runs now. It's been a slow old day, but I just think India said, we are just going to wear the Australians down. We don't care if it doesn't look pretty. We're just going to wear them down.
And the pitch might deteriorate a little more.
Especially in this heat.
Yeah, it'll certainly dry out very quickly, the overhead conditions. Pujara, 95. Inching ever closer to another 100.
Yes, his century was a turning point in the Test match in Adelaide. That was the innings of that Test match. He's just showing that he's quite enjoying batting on these wickets, where patience is so important.
Agreed. That's a good selfie.
Wait.
So now I can take a selfie with all my trophies, no? Hypothetically speaking.
For the kick of it. For the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on Cult Fitness Packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
And another annoying thing, Michael Vaughan, a wonderful English commentator that's back in England at the moment, had a terrific round 2 as well, which is really annoying. Very annoying.
Why do I get the feeling this is all leading to you not being close to the leaderboard?
No, I was,
okay.
I think I was second coming into last night's games on our league, so I'm doing okay, don't worry. But today, you've got to make 3 changes because it's about to start round 3. So I've got to make 3 trades today. I'm going to do it after this stint over the lunch break. I'm going to think about my trade. I think I might get Meredith from the Hobart Hurricanes. I like him.
I think he should go. It's all luck. Beginner's luck.
Big bash tonight, isn't there?
Well, I get Kerry because he pores over the stats.
Yep.
That's what he does. So he understands, the game very well, the statistical messages that are coming out of each round.
He's got no nightlife anymore, Kerry O'Keefe. Just studies cricket.
He's hard to get out of his room, isn't he?
Hard to budge. He just studies the cricket. Big bash tonight. I think it's Melbourne Stars versus the Scorchers, is it, tonight, I think?
It's still the same game, but they'll play it very differently.
Sorry, Sixers.
And it's something we need to tell people. We need to tell people that often enough, it's the same game, played with the same laws, but it's played very differently. You might get 220 overs. You might get 200 in a day here. Different objective, different timeline, different skills. But the game is still played to the same laws. It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yes.
T20 has given us 3 games to enjoy within the same game.
Down, yes, Eddie, please. Hold Nathan.
Just fascinated by the way Pujara keeps using his feet against Nathan Lyon. He's down the pitch.
Ball, yes, Nick.
For the kick of it. For the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on Cult Fitness Packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
ये देखो आते ही शुरू हो गए।
गंदी सोच की बदबू। नो मोर।
प्लीज आइए ना।
ले शॉट। सोचो खुशबूदार।
कुछ भी हो तो मुझे फोन करना, हाँ? बैलेंस है ना?
एक टैप में मोबाइल रिपीट रिचार्ज कीजिए सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से।
बहुत है।
गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ डाउनलोड गूगल पे, मनी मेड सिंपल।
सीधा गया कार्स 24, झट से गाड़ी भी की और फट से पैसे ट्रांसफर और आरसी ट्रांसफर की भी कोई टेंशन नहीं। कार बेचनी हो तो कार्स 24।
Ian Gould was running in the line of fire.
I think the thing with the split screen is just two super players. Just two terrific players. Ian Gould nearly got one in there. Finch from there.
Right, AB, all yours.
Yeah, well, look at Tendulkar. Just balance is absolutely perfect. Right. There's nothing too much wrong with it, but I mean, just falling over marginal, but still classic shots.
Where that picture was paused, it looked very identical just at the moment the picture was paused.
Yep.
And because Tendulkar loved to play that against the against the fast bowlers, maybe not straight but just wide of the bowler.
The only thing I can pick up is look when they hit the ball. Look at Sachin on the left. You can see middle stump and off stump, and look where Virat is. You can nearly see leg stump. So Virat Kohli comes across the stumps a lot more. And then if you look where Sachin is, he exposes his stumps a little bit more. It's just very similar techniques in the way they executed the shot, but different approaches on where they batted on the crease.
Yep.
It was an interesting pickup, just watching the middle and off stump you could see from Tendulkar and nearly see leg stump from Virat Kohli.
Oh,
There's
those will do.
two players you've paid money to come and watch any day of the week.
Definitely.
So if you don't want to if you want to do something, you're not just sitting at home there, why don't you get down to the MCG? There's plenty of seats here. And just come and experience the best batsman in the world at the moment in Virat Kohli on the right of screen there.
Yeah, it would have been even better.
He's on 68.
Tendulkar just moved from MRF to Adidas. Would have been even funny if the bats were the same. 96 to Pujara. He's an accumulator, isn't he? He's sort of counts his coins. He has one more. Put one more in the piggy bank.
He's been a huge thorn, hasn't he, in the Australian side? Huge.
Oh, well.
He drops anchor, allows the bowlers to bowl to him. He knows his shots, knows his limitations, and the rest of the Indian batting bat around him. And they build up. He's faced over 800 deliveries. Let's see if we can guess what the most deliveries faced by a batsman in the series. We've got to go back a few years for the most.
Okay.
Tendulkar played a few in the 2003-4 and the 241 alone.
In a series, though, isn't it? You're talking about, eh? Oh.
Alistair Cook?
Alistair Cook's a good shout.
He's not on my list.
What about Jeffrey Boycott? Boycott?
He'd have to be on one of
He'd
those
have to
lists.
be on one of them. Tavares?
Alan Border?
Chris Broad?
No. No, you've got to go back a long, long way, guys.
Okay.
He's an Englishman. Right-hander. Back in the 1920s.
Walter Hammond.
That's it.
That's it.
He made 905 runs, but he faced 2,500 balls.
Oh. 2,000.
For the kick of it, for the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on cult fitness packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
ये देखो आते ही शुरू हो गए।
गंदी सोच की बदबू। नो मोर।
प्लीज आइए ना।
ले शॉट। सोचो खुशबूदार।
बिजली का बिल रह गया।
एक ऐप से कीजिए घर के सारे बिल पेमेंट्स सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ डाउनलोड गूगल पे, मनी मेड सिंपल।
सारे lessons बनेंगे simple for your child. Just download Byju's, the all-new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning.
Drives down the ground, 100 runs for Cheteshwar Pujara. Oh, he's just hung in there. Patience is his middle word. It's lovely team man, wonderful person. And India will realize the enormous value he brings to this side. India 271 for 2 looking good in this game. because Pujara's just scored his second 100 in the series.
Well, there's plenty of important hundreds that Pujara's made. And this one here is going to be right up there. His 17th Test match 100. And he's put India in a terrific commanding position here. And you've got to dip your hat to Pujara and say, well played. He's just grinding and wearing the Australian bowlers down. It's fantastic to watch, and all this crash, bang, wallop, cricket we see, the players come out. It's great to see someone like Pujara come out and play that way for his team and say, you ain't getting me out. Well played.
He just understands his game so well, his own game.
I'd be really interested in seeing his strike rate now, because there's a bit of a pattern when Pujara gets to 100. 100 to 150 tends to be his quickest phase. I won't be surprised if he starts to get a move on now. He's seeing the ball well enough. He's been in for almost 7 hours.
Can you just throw it away, please, Harsh?
No, he won't.
No, that's right, he won't.
No, he won't. Pujara will value his wicket. He'll hold on to it for dear life. Nobody hangs on to their wicket more than Pujara does. Slowest Indian hundreds in Australia. Throw me the two names above Pujara's, AB, since you were doing the quiz. Two Indian hundreds in Australia that are slower than this one by Pujara, which took 280 deliveries.
Shastri?
Good call. He's always
he made a double 100 though, didn't he?
302 deliveries for his 100.
Right, okay.
Gavaskar 286 in Adelaide, 85-86. You might have been watching both those.
I'd reckon I was watching from a very close range. No, I don't think I would have bowled at those two. Too hard.
Yeah, I think AB's absolutely right. He knows his game inside out. He says, this is my game. This is how I'm going to play. Yep. This is what I can do and this is what I cannot.
आज से सिर्फ पे करने का टाइम ओवर। अब Amazon पे से रुपया बड़ा करने का टाइम आ गया है। अब बिजली के बिल की टेंशन भूल के दोपहर को भी एसी चलाने का टाइम आ गया है।
पापा, दिन में एसी?
हाँ। अरे फ्रंट रो को भूल जाओ यार।
कौन?
रिक्लाइनर वाली सीट पे जाने का टाइम आ गया है। क्योंकि Amazon पे से बड़ा कैशबैक कमाने का टाइम आ गया है। तो अब आपकी शॉपिंग हो या बिल पेमेंट्स या फेवरेट एप्स, आइए अपने Amazon ऐप पे और इस्तेमाल कीजिए Amazon पे। Amazon पे अब बड़ा होगा रुपया।
ये देखो आते ही शुरू हो गए।
गंदी सोच की बदबू। नो मोर।
प्लीज आइए ना।
क्लियर शॉट। सोचो खुशबूदार।
Whatever we do, it's trending. MRF Zappa, always trending.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Men will be men. Seagram's Imperial Blue Super Hits Music CDs.
Story there. It was a very young kid when probably playing with one of those plastic bats when his father saw him play and said, I think this kid needs to learn how to play. Took him to Mumbai, stayed wherever they could get room to stay, played whatever matches he could. Just came up the hard way.
So wrong.
Oh, it's good to hear when
it's great.
You hear those stories about people who really work hard for their rewards.
They're the ones you want to really see do well.
Yeah.
He's set up an academy now for children that he funds completely himself. It's free.
Yeah, well done.
So he's organised 2 or 3 buses. It's quite far away from where he lives. So the kids get into their buses. They go there, they play there, the bus drops them back, and it's all funded by him. He doesn't have an IPL contract, but it's all funded by him.
Yeah, that is terrific.
Yeah, well played.
There was an IPL auction after the last day of the Perth Test, and they didn't pick Pujara either, so he'll probably, he, as a result, ends up spending a lot of time in England playing county cricket.
Had a good season last year in Yorkshire, didn't he?
Slip gully short point. Ball's dying into the keeper. It's 127.
So just on that theme of balls faced in series, so Pujara's got maybe 1 more innings here and 2 in Sydney.
He's not going to get to 2,500.
It's unlikely, but Don Bradman made 974 runs in 1 series, and surprisingly faced 1,579 deliveries. That's a lot of balls, isn't it?
1,500 balls.
M. Taylor. Now, we were playing that 1989 series.
Buff.
Yep. 839 runs, 1,866 deliveries.
Oh, block artist.
So if you're going to score a lot of runs in a series, you're going to face a lot of balls.
Yeah. Mark Taylor, wasn't he fantastic in that series too? 89 when you guys regained the Ashes.
123 and 71 in Adelaide, 100 not out now here in Melbourne. India had a few hundreds in Melbourne. G.R. Vishwanath got one back in 1981. It's turned out to be a match-winning 100.
Very good player.
And just to reassure you again, if you've just joined us, he's faced 845 deliveries Pujara so far. Double it to get nearly add another 1,000. He's near Mark Taylor. And he's still got another, 1,700 deliveries to go.
It's like the population clock, isn't it? Just keeps ticking.
Oh.
Never stops. Yeah, G.R. Vishwanath got that 100 in 1981. In recent times, we've had a wonderful 100 for Tendulkar here in 99.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Kohli in 2014. So there've been a few. India won here though only in 78 and 81. Haven't won here since then.
You gotta make it large. When you put your sweat and heart on the street, blaze your soul and your body take all the heat. Remember, what do you really want more than everything? Stand out, never be a part of the queue. You wanna make it large, it starts with you.
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
Glamour comes automatic with the Vitara Brezza, now with AGS.
नया खुशबूदार लेयर शॉट
The thing with Pujara is, what do they say about the old school batsmen who score 100 and take fresh guard, don't you? I think he'll take fresh guard. They said since he's been a kid, he's scores all these big hundreds. You have to score big hundreds to survive in India, actually. You make 120, no one looks at you. Two more. Suddenly people are talking about young Shubman Gill in India, and that's because he made 268 in a game. You make 120, no one looks at you because there's 20 others making 120.
Yeah.
How many teams do India have?
27, 28 now.
28
first-class team.
First-class team. They've just added all the states of the northeast. So Meghalaya, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Nagaland, they all started playing first-class cricket now.
Wow. Someone brought up the 150 partnership.
What's the number one competition? It's not 28 teams in the Ranji
Now it's
Trophy.
split into three groups.
Oh, yes, okay.
Split into three groups, and I think it's 3, 3 and 2 that qualify now. That's what it used to be. They keep changing the qualification every year. And then you get into a knockout phase, and then you go on after that. Jammu and Kashmir is been a good Ranji Trophy team for a while. Irfan Pathan's gone there now to look after the Jammu and Kashmir team.
So I always thought it was like North Zone, South Zone, which combined a few states.
It was, and then you play the Duleep Trophy with the South, North, East and West and Central zones.
Right.
That's gone now. You just have the Ranji Trophy teams.
Okay.
The zonal system's gone. So there, that was the step between playing the Ranji Trophy and playing for India. You played the Duleep Trophy, named of course after Ranjit Singh Ji and Duleep Singh Ji. So Ranji and Duleep Trophy.
Well, Pujara just took centre again.
You're going to pay half your fine.
And there's 5 minutes to go to lunch. So probably this one and one more over. Australia, can they find a way to take a wicket? They've bowled pretty well this morning. I don't think they've done too much wrong.
No.
I think the Aussies have bowled very well. They beat the bat a few times, but both Pujara and Kohli have just been good. It's been great cricket to watch. The wicket's got a bit more pace in it. So Australia really searching that wicket.
Ball, Gaz.
Hey, Rohan.
Hi, sir. For me?
By the way, practice पे आना क्यों बंद कर दिया?
क्या फायदा सर? पिछले 2 सीरीज हर मैच 0 पे तो आउट हो रहा हूँ।
लेकिन शुरुआत तो 0 से ही होती है ना।
SF Rush. Keep the rush on.
कुछ भी हो तो मुझे फोन करना। हाँ, बैलेंस है ना?
एक टैप में मोबाइल रिपीट रिचार्ज कीजिए सीधे अपने बैंक अकाउंट से।
बहुत है।
गूगल की सिक्योरिटी के साथ। डाउनलोड गूगल पे। मनी मेड सिंपल।
आपके बच्चों को भी दीजिए लर्निंग का करेक्ट फॉर्मूला। जस्ट डाउनलोड बायजूस, the all new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning. खाने से पहले ही।
No ball.
It's got to be the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, first one.
I don't mind that warning, that call. Bowl a lot more bounces. So look at WinViz there.
5% chance.
These have dropped off the Aussies, haven't they? WinViz.
Yes, but India hasn't grown as much. The draw's grown.
Draw, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit high for my liking.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's that much difference just yet.
Plenty of time left, isn't there, to
so much time left in this game. 270 overs plus 62. 332 overs plus this one in the match to go. That's nearly... that's a lot of cricket.
I was just telling you about the batting averages. There was some discussion yesterday as well about the high batting averages in India. If you average sort of 45, 48 in first-class cricket in India, nobody even looks at you. It's like you bowl 135 in Pakistan, no one looks at you. You've got to be 140, 140 plus. And so virtually everybody who gets into the Indian team is sort of averages in the 60s because that's the only way to get noticed with such a large number of people playing. There you go. Look at the Ranji Trophy averages. Mayank Agarwal averaged 105. Faiz Fazal plays with Vidarbha 70. Sanjay Ramaswamy 64. 125. Hanuma Vihari averaged 94. You've got to do those to attract attention. It's Hanuma Vihari's come in because he scored those many runs. Oh, it's close. How close has Kohli come with that outside that off stump?
Oh, that was close. That wasn't far away from Aaron Finch at all. Mitchell Marsh is doing a good job.
That's the way it's been for the Aussies, hasn't it? Today in particular, they're just those little half chances. Gets everyone excited. Up actually, man, stationed there at point. Aaron Finch just wide of him.
Let's see if he actually carried it on the way past him.
Too far.
Too wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the official half chance, not even that. Third a chance.
Half chance.
It was in the air.
It was in the air.
Somewhere near the fielder.
He's teased the slip corner, isn't he? Inadvertently, of course. He's not intentionally done it, but there's been one to the left, one to the right, and we've got a wide as well.
He's actually bowled pretty well this game, Mitchell Marsh.
I think Ian Gould was just stretching.
Come on, Gunnar, it's hot out there. Where's the guideline?
He's been seeing too much T20 cricket.
Good bit of shape. Nearly went from the hand for Mitchell Marsh, but it still swung. And the clock's just ticked to 12:30, so there'll be 2 balls left. Have a look at this. There you go. There's a bit of swing.
Maybe it's turning in favour of the bowlers, Warnie.
I'm not sure about that. It's just nice to see the ball doing something.
This is making it easier to survive to lunch.
1 ball. It's 1 ball to go, Harsh. Till lunch.
Keep letting it go.
Yeah, you've got to make him play.
Yeah.
Got to make him play.
Began today at 215 for 2, so they made 61.
I think there's a bit of fun coming up in the big break, isn't there, in a minute? Mark Howard, the lunchtime show. You'll want hearings of all sorts of funny things are going on. Last ball before lunch.
Right, 27 overs in that session, 62 runs.
Over and lunch.
31 in each hour. So there we are, another session in which Australia had to toil hard in the heat, didn't pick up a wicket. 277 for 2. Highlight of that innings was the century for Cheteshwar Pujara's got 103. Virat Kohli playing almost like Pujara here, 69. Hardly any difference in their strike rate. It's been a very different egoless innings from Virat Kohli. And at lunch, therefore, day 2, 117 overs. India just 277 for 2.
Slow work for India, but a very good session once again. Pujara with another century in Test match, 17th Test match century, second in the series. Virat Kohli 69 not out at lunch on day 2, 277 for 2 off 117 overs. Australia bowled well this morning, not a lot of luck. Bit of swing, a little bit of spin from Nathan Lyon. And Australia will be hoping after lunch perhaps more wickets coming their way. Right, coming next will be Kent extra innings. Been a brilliant performance by Cheteshwar Pujara. His 17th Test century, his second century of the series, and delight for the number 3 Indian batsman. Has been brilliant throughout the series. Has been brilliant for India at number 3. Welcome to Kent extra innings. This is lunchtime on day 2 of the Test match, the third Test match between Australia and India from the MCG. Seen a brilliant performance for a day and one session for India. Remember, they won the toss back on day 1, decided to have a bat first, and they go into lunch with everything to look forward to. 277 for 2 at lunch. My two guests are Sunil Gavaskar, Michael Clark. Sonny, it couldn't get better if you're an Indian fan.
Absolutely. The second new ball was still pretty new. It was just 5 overs old, 6 overs old, and for them to survive that and score the way they have. They've been, the outplaying and missing, but generally I think they've looked very secure. And that's a very good sign, because now they can look to accelerate between lunch and tea. Maybe it's been slow going on the first, both the day's first sessions. But the second session, if they can get maybe double the score, get 100.
Michael, proper Test cricket this, a hard session for both, batting and bowling, but it was a good session.
Yeah, slow old wicket for both teams, so we're not seeing much activity. It's not that entertaining, but I think India's done a good job. I think they've built a foundation. Now, as Sonny mentioned, this session they can go as hard as they like. Again, I don't think you'll see what happened, I can't remember if it was Adelaide or Perth, where they lost 6 or 7 wickets going. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll learn from that. But I think this session they can certainly play a lot more positive. Again, they've got so much power through that middle order, so it allows them to play with freedom. And now they're in a position, it'll be India declaring versus Australia bowling them out because of the hard work they've put in so far in this Test match.
Well, Pujara has been really the pick for India up into lunch, and the century really capitalised the hard work that he's put in, Sonny.
He has. He's had a tough time in this Indian team, because he was left out of the team in the West Indies a couple of years ago, then in England last year, and now he's come back and he's made number 3 spot his own. He's played positively. He's been very, very solid in his defence. His patience is legendary, and now he's playing shots as well. So exactly what the Indian team wants. Somebody who can play solidly when they lose an early wicket, and yet at the same time make sure that the scoring rate is kept up. I think he's had about 9 threes, which tells you that the outfield is not only big, it's a little bit slow as well.
294 balls that he's faced in this innings, but in Test cricket he's faced more balls than anybody else this season. That says what he's all about.
Yeah, bat long periods of time. That's how you make runs as well. So, as we've mentioned, he's got his own style. He's doing it really well. Again, this session he can still play a big role. If I'm Pujara this session, I'm looking to get a single every single ball. Rotate the strike, get my superstars on strike, get Virat Kohli, Rahane, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, get them on strike and allow them to bat around Pujara. Pujara can be, 160, 170 at the end, at the tea break, with India dominating, trying to looking to score over 100 in this next session.
Virat Kohli was at the other end, 47, just 22 runs in that session, and at times it looked difficult for him, Sonny.
It did. They were concentrating around the off stump, outside the off stump. This was yesterday, of course, where he batted so fluently. But this morning, quite deliberately, quite purposely, the Australians have bowled a little outside the off stump for him, and so he's not been tempted to go for any of those deliveries.
Michael, talk to us about that shot, that drive that he plays. It was a slow old, session for him, but when he gets that ball middle and off stump, he just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, I think Virat again, if he didn't have the hunger to want to see India have success, he could throw his wicket away today. He could play a big shot. When Australia got straight, he plays that beautifully. That on drive has been the shot that he's played most for maximum amount of runs in this inning so far. It's not a bad ball from Hazelwood. He just gets a fraction straight. Have a look at that, full face of the bat. So, yeah, look, Australia's gone so wide to prevent him scoring runs.
Yeah.
Will Virat step across the stumps? Will he bat on off stump? Will he walk across in this next session? Who knows? But I think he's shown again, like Pujara, that discipline that you need to set your team up and put him in a winning position.
Tell us about, you played it very well in your career. We're going to show you a Tendulkar and Kohli comparison. You played it well. Is it about the length, or is it about the line? Is it about the head position? What is it about to play this shot?
Well, it's stillness first. You want your body to be nice and still. Virat Kohli's got a back and across movement. He goes across the stumps. Tendulkar stays still. So Tendulkar's one step into the line of the ball. But the key with both of these shots is full face of the bat. You can see their whole blade. Their momentum, after they hit the ball, they're going back down the pitch where they're looking to hit it. You see a lot of batsmen, when they get into trouble playing this shot, they fall across the stumps. They end up over on off stump. But both of these plays technically are fantastic. And this is a shot that I think every batsman wants to play. At the start of your innings, Sonny has said it a million times throughout this series, and it was told to me from a very young age, at the start of your innings, you want to play as straight as you can. What we as cricketers call the V. Play within that V, the safest area. And it means you're using the full face of the bat. These two, Tendulkar and Kohli, they do it when they're on zero. So when they actually get in, when they get, runs under their belt, if you get a fraction full, they're going to cream you down the ground.
Sonny, you had a very good straight drive as well. I'm going to give you, who would you pick out of the straight drives we're going to show you? You're going to pick Tendulkar or you're going to pick Kohli? It's a difficult one. Who gets
the A+ is Tendulkar. No question about it. Because the balance is just a little bit better than Virat Kohli's. Because Virat Kohli, look at that. Look at where the right foot comes for both of them. I do believe, Tendulkar's is just a little bit better.
I'm taking 8 runs off 2 balls. I'll have them both. Both went for 4. Both got the exact result you want.
Exactly. As a former bowler, I'm shivering here. I'm taking a hamstring injury. That's what I'm taking. That's what, you see, obviously, you're comparing two geniuses of the world game there. Let's try and compare the styles of batting between, the likes of Pujara and Kohli. Two different types of test batsmen, but very effective.
Yeah, well, I don't think you should compare players or eras. I think it's about doing it your way. Be proud that your style is different. Be proud that your technique is different. Here's a good example. Virat Kohli's got a big stride forward, bats outside of his crease, Pujara back in his crease. You know what? It says 2 Test hundreds this series for Pujara. If I'm Pujara, keep doing exactly what you're doing because you're brilliant at it. Virat Kohli, you're the best player in the world. Do exactly what you're doing. Sachin Tendulkar, unbelievable. Run machine, do it his way. Sonny had his own style, so did you, Corky. I think the key to this game is 11 different individuals doing it their way to make the team have success.
And they are completely different. You'd have played in many Indian sides where everybody, would compare you to somebody else. You can't compare.
That is an Indian, that's the Indian way. Indians love to compare generations, and I'm not too sure it happens, maybe in England. I don't really. Okay, there's always the who's the next Botham kind of situation.
Yeah.
But apart from that, in India, I think it's just, everybody loves, is Kohli better than Tendulkar? Is Tendulkar, that kind of stuff. I mean, they're the wonderful players, and India is very happy and very proud to have them. And we keep praying that they'll keep scoring runs. Kohli keeps scoring hundreds and takes India to wins.
Both different techniques.
Yes.
Very, similar in a way because they are looking to be as close to the ball as possible. And is that what makes them so good, both of them? Because they're trying to get close to the ball when they're getting, obviously, the strike.
And leaning into the drive as well. Look at the balance. When they're playing the drive, they're very much in. Real scotches there. And that's the thing about Kohli, is that he plays and misses so much, even when he's past a half century. It's just amazing. Maybe somebody like a Rahul or a Vijay who's watching will say, oh, look, can we have a little bit of that? Because, we play, we edge it, and we're back in the pavilion. But I think it's a shuffle that takes him around the off stump, and then that stride which makes him play more deliveries outside the off stump.
Bowling
but like Michael said, he's looking to score, to reach for the ball, and maybe that's the reason.
Bowling coaches, analysts will all be looking for bowlers to bowl a certain way to Kohli. You can see with Cummins' pitch map that they are definitely looking to go wide at him. This is Cummins versus Kohli in Test matches. Maybe if there is, you look at Cummins as an individual, and probably people used to say about Morne Morkel, his 3 wickets are fuller. You can definitely see they're going wide at him.
I think Cummins has been the pick of the bowlers for Australia, there's no doubt about it. But have a look at that. That's what Pat Cummins needs to see now during the lunch break. Have a look at those 3 dismissals to Virat Kohli. Have a look at the length. They're in that 6% area. So I'm not saying bowl every ball there to Virat Kohli, but I'm saying you've got to have more balls in that full area to get Virat Kohli to drive at that wide ball to try and get him out, exactly like he's done when he's got him. What Pat Cummins is doing to Virat Kohli, and it's so hard for a right-handed batsman, he naturally angles the ball in. So why Virat's playing and missing a few balls is because straight away with that angle, it squares you up. You think that ball's coming in, and then he has the skill to take it away. So sometimes when you think it's there to drive, it just goes away a fraction, hits the outside half of the bat, and that's what brings in those catches. At the moment, because he's back of a length, he's bringing that ball back in to square Kohli up, but Kohli's able to play and miss because the ball's got time to bounce and move away. If he comes this much fuller, half a foot fuller, that ball that he's playing and missing, it's now hitting the edge and bringing slip, bringing gully. Doesn't mean it's going to carry, doesn't mean they're going to catch it, but Cummins' skill is to drag a right-hander into squaring this back shoulder up, which thinks you have to play, and then he's so skillful he can swing the ball away, and that's what makes him such a difficult bowler to face.
And Sonny, is it because Cummins also, because he's bowling that wide and dragging it in, it makes Kohli play at balls that he shouldn't really have to play to, because he's actually dragging him across because of the angle.
Exactly as Michael explained, because he goes just that little bit wide and he angles the ball in. You think the ball is going to come in, and which is the reason you look to make sure that you don't get LBW or you shoulder arms and you get bowled. So you're looking to play at that one, and then when the ball just holds it line, it doesn't even really have to move that much. You're going to play and miss it. The only thing that Virat is doing right is not really pushing too hard. He's just going there. But if he even keeps it closer to the pads, he won't even, the ball will miss by a mile. At the moment, he's missing it a little closer only because he's going a little close, but at least he's not pushing hard at the ball.
We were on commentary again. I tried to ask you, he looks like he's $1 million, but he plays and misses quite a lot. Why?
Well, that's the reason why. Because he's looking to, maybe reach at the ball and score. But, you're right. I honestly, I've seen so many of his hundreds, and I've never seen anybody play and miss after a 50 as much as he does. I mean, guys who have got hundreds, it's a big statement to make, but have a look. That, he plays and misses quite a bit. And I can understand when you go for the drive and you play and miss, because there, the ball is moved in because it's drawn you forward. But some of the good length deliveries, he plays and misses, but well, he's there. He's got 2,500s. So
yeah.
Well, with time to take a break, he's 31 away from another 100 for Virat Kohli, 100 for Pujara. We're going to take a break on Kent's extra innings.
कैंट के नेक्स्ट जेन आरओ से पानी हो 100% प्योर,
और आपको मिले डिस्प्ले प्योरिटी का भी,
तो आप अपना प्योरीफायर कब बदल रहे हैं?
बैंक्स है, मॉल्स, स्कूल्स, रेस्टोरेंट्स
और बार?
अच्छा,
बार हाउसिंग.com के नेबरहुड मैप व्यू से जाने घर के आसपास की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन। घर ढूंढना कोई इनसे सीखे।
volleyball. 2nd to 22nd February, live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3.
Perfection is a journey, not a destination, and the finish line is where the journey begins. Sterling Reserve, chase the next.
For the kick of it, for the fun of it.
Just make the most of it.
It's time to get your health resolutions back on track with FitStart. See you on the better side.
Great deals on cult fitness packs and Eat Fit food subscriptions. Sale is live.
She's my inspiration. She's the only reason I'm standing here today. The only reason that Williams sisters exist. So thank you, Venus, for inspiring me.
Tennis is a tough sport. There's no draws, but if there was going to be one, I would have been very happy to accept the draw tonight and share it with Rafa, really. Keep playing, Rafa, please. Tennis needs you.
चल ब्रो, चिल्लर में बाइक नहीं बेचनी, अच्छी प्राइस चाहिए, मन है तो डन है।
Introducing Quicker Assure. Now sale of your bike assured directly to Quicker. Give a missed call on 1-800-3000-1000. Quicker, quicker.